In our previous class or in the first session, we discussed about the formation of Himalaya and the different movements of tectonic plates. Now we are going to start the very important part of this lesson. That means major physiographical divisions of India that we are starting today. As we discussed that India has varied topography. This, on the basis of these variations, Indian topography can be divided into 5 major divisions. They are Himalayan mountains or mountains of the north, the first one. Second, northern plain. Third, peninsular plateau. 4, Indian deserts. 5, coastal lines. And 6, island groups. That means based on Indian topography can be divided into 6 different types. They are Great Mountains of the North and Himalayan mountains. That's the first one. Great Mountains of the North. Himalayan mountains. Himalayan mountains. The next is Northern Plains. Second, Northern Plains. Third, Peninsular Plateau. Peninsular Plateau. 4, Indian Desert. Indian Desert. 5, Coastal Lines. Coastal lines. And last 6 one, islands. Today we are discussing in detail about the first physiographical division, that means the Himalayan mountains. What are the features of Himalayan mountain? That means what are the relief features of Himalayan mountain, what we are discussing now. Okay. The major physiographic divisions of India are the Himalayan mountains, northern plains, peninsular plateau, Indian deserts, coastal lands, the islands. Dear children, the first topic what we are discussing is the relief of Himalayan mountains. What are the relief or topographical features of Himalayan mountain, what we are discussing. As you know that Himalayan mountain is one of the most loftiest mountain peaks in the world. And what are the different features of Himalayan mountain that we are discussing. As we discussed in the previous class, Himalayan mountains are formed recently due to the collision of Indo-Australian plate and Eurasian plate. That means Himalaya is one of the young mountains in the world. Himalaya is young mountain and faulted in its structure. That is the first point. Himalaya is young fault mountain. Young fault mountain. First point. Features of Himalaya comes for the exam. What are the explained Himalayan mountains comes for the exam. The first point you can write it. Himalaya is young fault mountain. And it is one of the loftiest and rugged mountain barriers in the world. It is rugged in its structures. That means what? The topography of Himalaya is not same. There are some variations that we are discussing. It is one of the rugged mountain barriers in the world. And in which part of India Himalaya lies? That already we studied. Himalaya extends from, that is the next point, extends from West Indus River, West Pakistan, Indus rivers to East Brahmaputra. East Brahmaputra, that means rivers demarcate or separate the mountain barriers from other parts. West Indus to East Brahmaputra. It extends from western side to and chain of mountain, chain of ranges and up to eastern side of India. That means it occupies in a large part of India from northwest to northeastern side. That is the next point. And third point is, it is very important that the length of Himalaya from West Indus to East Brahmaputra, it is about 2400 kilometer length. From west to east, it is about 2400 kilometer length. But width varies from Jammu Kashmir in the west and east Arunachal Pradesh. In Jammu Kashmir, the width is about 400 kilometer. 400 km width. But in the eastern states, it is Arunachal Pradesh, it is only 150 kilometer. That means what? Length is about 2400 kilometer from West Indus to East Brahmaputra. And then width varies from west to east. West it is more, it is about 400 kilometer, and east it is about 150 kilometer. Is it okay? And then these large areas of northwestern eastern sides, which is covered the mighty mountain ranges, that is Himalaya. Then the relief of Himalaya is not same, that already we have mentioned. Based on the topography or relief variations, Himalaya can be divided into three parallel ranges. Himalayan topography can be divided into three parallel ranges. The first point is, one is Himadri. Himadri, Himachal, Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik. These are the three parallel ranges. Okay, parallel ranges lying from north to south, longitudinal ranges. Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik. Then we are discussing the features of each physiographical division. That means what are the features of Himadri, Himachal and Shivalik. Is it okay? Himalaya, Youngfold mountain, it is rugged, it is loftiest and one of the largest or longest mountain barriers in the world. And it extends from West Indus to East Brahmaputra. It is about 2400 km from west to east, and width varies from 400 km in the western side, 150 km in the eastern side. And Himalayan topography can be divided into three parallel divisions or parallel ranges: Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik. Next we are discussing the features of these three divisions. Our first topic is Himadri. What are the relief features of Himadri? Okay, and then first point is Himadri, a parallel range of Himalaya, lies in the very northern part of Himalaya. That means northern side of Himalaya is called as Himadri. Okay, Himadri is otherwise called as Northern Himalaya or Great Himalaya. It lies in the northern side of Himalaya, Northern Himalaya, or otherwise called as Great Himalaya. You should learn all these terms. Or Inner Himalaya. That is the first very important point. Himadri is also called as Northern Himalaya because it lies in the northern side of Himalaya. Great Himalaya, Inner Himalaya. If suppose a question comes, what are the features of Inner Himalaya? Or what are the features of Great Himalaya? You should write the features of Himadri. Okay, Himadri is the northernmost side of Himalaya. That is the first point. And this part of Himalaya, or the part lying between 6,000 meters above sea level, 6,000 meters above sea level is called as Himadri. The very topmost part of Himalaya is called as Himadri, which lies above, average length is about 6,000 meters above sea level. This northern side is called as Himadri. It is very clear that this Himadri lies in the northern side. That's why very northern topmost part of Himalaya. That's why climate here is so cold. Okay, because this area is completely frozen with ice, frozen region. That because here is the area where many glaciers are found. Many glaciers are found, and these are the snow-bounded region, fully covered with snow because the temperature is very less. That's why this area is fully covered with the snow. Glaciers are the world famous Himalayan glaciers such as Siachen, Voltoro, Gangotri glaciers are all glaciers found in the Himadri areas of Himalaya. Okay. The next is, this area is the most rugged, that already mentioned. That's why almost all the Himalayan peaks located in Himadri. As you know, that largest mountain peak in the world, that is Mount Everest, located in Himadri areas of Himalaya, and Kanchenjunga or K2 or Godwin Austen, almost all peaks of Himalaya, all the peaks of Himalaya located in Himadri areas. That is the next point. And the next is very important, as we discussed that this is a snow bounded or glaciers are found. That's why these areas are very rich in water. Okay, these areas are very rich in the source of water. That's why all the Himalayan rivers have their origin from Himadri region. Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra, etc. like great Himalayan rivers that originate from Himadri regions, because it is rich in water. Okay, rivers originate from these areas and flowing in different directions. And the next is important one, the Himalayan peaks or the climate is extreme. It is most rugged, and that's why it is difficult to use for the cultivation and other practices. And the peaks are found here, glaciers are found here. This is the snow bounded areas, and the average height is about 6,000 meters above sea level. It is the northern part, Great or Inner Himalaya. Is it okay? What are the features of Himadri comes or Great Himalaya comes? You should write these features. Is it okay? Then we can go to the next part. Dear children, our next topic is Himachal. Next physiographical division of Himalaya is Himachal. And Himachal, it's very clear that these are divided into north-south direction. Northern side is called as Himadri, we studied. And it is very clear that the second division, that means Himachal, lies in which part? Which part of Himalaya? It is very clear that it lies in middle part of Himalaya. So it is also called as Middle Himalaya. Okay, Himachal is the Middle Himalaya. Besides that, it is also called as Lesser Himalaya. Himachal, Middle Himalaya, Lesser Himalaya. If in case instead of Himachal, what are the features of Middle Himalaya, or write a note on Lesser Himalaya comes for the exam, you can write about Himachal. Okay, Himachal lies in the middle part of Himalaya, that's why it is called as Middle Himalaya, and otherwise it is called as Lesser Himalaya. Okay, the next point is, you just compare the climate of Himachal with Himadri. It's very clear that the climate of Himachal is somewhat good, somewhat moderate when we compare with Himadri area or northern part. Climate is good. That's why these areas are rich in vegetation, rich in forest, rich in vegetation. Climate is very good. It is rich in vegetation. Okay, very good or moderate topographical and climatical conditions. The area lies between 3,700 or above 4,000 meters above sea level. 4,000 meters above sea level. Climate is good, and the land is relief or somewhat plain, which is good, which is rich in vegetation. This is the area where ranges are found. Himalayan ranges are found in these areas. Ranges, very famous Himalayan ranges such as Mahabharata ranges, Daulatar ranges, like the ranges are located in Himachal areas. And besides all, another very important factor or feature of this Himachal region is very famous for natural beauty. That means it is well known for natural beauty. That's why almost all Himalayan hill stations natural beauty. Himalayan hill stations are located in Himachal region. Okay, important hill station, tourist spots of Himalaya located in Himachal region, such as everyone knows that the valley of Kashmir or Kulu Valley, Nainital, Darjeeling, all these important Missouri, important hill stations of Himalaya located here, because it is good for good climatical conditions, rich in vegetation, and very famous for good for natural beauty. That's why hill stations are present here. If any one mark question comes for the exam, what is the most important feature of Himachal comes for the exam, you can write it. Himachal is well known for its scenic beauty or natural beauty, so hill stations are present here. Okay, these are the important features. It is called as Middle Himalaya or Lesser Himalaya, and it is rich in vegetation, which is about 4,500 meters above sea level, and this is the area where ranges are found, and it is well known for its natural beauty. My dear children, what I am writing on the board, you should write in your notebook and write the question and answers. Answers you should write. Okay, I will not be giving again the question and answers. Okay, write these all points and read it. The last topic is physiographical division is Shivalik. Okay, the next is Shivalik. The features of what are the features of Shivalik? And the Shivalik is already mentioned. Which part of Himalaya Shivalik lies? It's very clear that Shivalik lies in southern part of Himalaya. That's why it is also called as Southern Himalaya. Okay, Northern Himalaya is Himadri, Middle Himalaya is Himachal, and Southern Himalaya is Shivalik. And one more name, it is also called as Outer Himalaya. Outer Himalaya. Outer Himalaya or Shivalik, and Southern Himalaya or Shivalik. Okay, and this part of Himalaya lies, average height is about 900 to 1000 meters above sea level. Okay, above average height of Shivalik region is about 1000 meters above sea level, 900 to 1000 meters above sea level. Very southern side of Himalaya. That means it is very clear that this area is very suitable for permanent living. That means southern side of Himalaya means this area is somewhat fertile, because this area is made up of sediments deposited by the rivers. Okay, this area is made up of sediments deposited by the rivers. That already mentioned. Many rivers have their origin from Himadri area. The rivers originate from Himadri and deposit their sediments on the southern side of Himalaya, makes the land fertile and good for cultivation. Okay, and that means the very important feature of Shivalik is the area which is made up of unconsolidated sediments deposited by the rivers. That's why the natural calamities or landslides are very common in these areas, prone to landslides, and which is good for permanent living. When we compare with the other two parts, the climate is good and the vegetation is rich, forested areas good for cultivation, and all types of economical activities. This is good. Okay, Shivalik region is a southern or outer Himalaya. It is about 900 to 1000 meters above sea level. The area which is made up of sediments deposited by the Himalayan rivers. Is it okay? Dear children, let us discuss one more simple topic. Now we have discussed the longitudinal divisions of Himalaya. Himalaya divided into three divisions from north to south. They are Himadri, northern side, Himachal, middle area, and Shivalik, southern area. Hope you have understood these divisions and their features. The next what we are discussing, besides this, Himalaya can be divided into different divisions or known as different names from east to west direction. From west Indus to east Brahmaputra, Himalaya is known as different names. What are these different names that we are discussing now? It's very simple. In western side, that means westernmost side of Himalaya, that means Himalaya lies in Jammu Kashmir, Himachal areas, Himachal Pradesh area, westernmost from Indus River, from the northern or western boundary of Himalaya is river Indus, that already we have mentioned. From Indus River to the Kali River, Satluj River, the Himalaya is locally known as Kashmir Himalaya. Nothing is to mention more, my dear children, because in Jammu Kashmir, Himalaya is known as Kashmir Himalaya. Himalaya is known as Kashmir Himalaya in Jammu Kashmir. Okay, westernmost side of Himalaya is known as Kashmir Himalaya. Oh, at the same time, this part in Himachal Pradesh is known as Himachal Himalaya. Okay, the area lies between river Indus to river Satluj is known as Kashmir Himalaya or Himachal Himalaya. Is it okay? The next is from river Satluj to river Kali rivers. The next part, the middle part is called as Kumaon Himalaya. Kumaon is somewhat different names. Kumaon Himalaya, that means Uttarakhand region. If you know the position of these all states, I told you to study all the states, the position or location of all the states. In Uttarakhand region, it is called as Kumaon Himalaya, right? Kumaon Himalaya. Third one is Nepal Himalaya, Nepal. From Kali to Teesta river, Kali, Teesta, etc. The tributary of river Ganga, Kali, Teesta. That means the next part of Himalaya lies between river Kali to Teesta river is called as Nepal Himalaya. It's very clear that in Nepal region it is called as Nepal Himalaya. And the last one is, fourth one is from Teesta river to easternmost boundary of Himalaya. Which is easternmost boundary? Brahmaputra, which is called as Assam Himalaya, because it lies in Assam region. It is called as Assam Himalaya. Okay, Assam Himalaya. In Kashmir it is called as Kashmir Himalaya. And then from river Satluj to river Kali it is called as Kumaon Himalaya. From Kali river to Teesta river it is called as Nepal Himalaya. From Teesta river to Brahmaputra it is called as Assam Himalaya. Is it okay? And then you should study the names of that rivers also. It is important. And that means this is not the physiographical division. These are the local names of Himalaya in different areas. Besides that, one more point I am telling. In the very easternmost side of Himalaya, that means easternmost boundary of Himalaya is Brahmaputra. Beyond the Brahmaputra region, that means eastern states, Arunachal Pradesh, Tripura and other Nagaland, Manipur region, it covers a large areas of eastern states. In this region, the Himalaya is called as Purvanchal. I am writing here Purvanchal, okay, or Purvanchal. Purvanchal means eastern Himalaya. Eastern Himalaya is called as Purvanchal, okay. Purvanchal, eastern Himalaya. Suppose a question comes, what is Purvanchal? You just write the answer in one sentence. Purvanchal is the eastern Himalaya. Is it okay? And study these portions also. Write in your notebook. Which are the east-west divisions of Himalaya? Kashmir Himalaya, otherwise in Himachal Pradesh it is called as Himachal Himalaya, Kumaon Himalaya, Nepal Himalaya, Assam Himalaya. And the easternmost side of Himalaya it is called as Purvanchal Himalaya. Is it okay? You should read the textbook, my dear children, because many terms we have discussed. And listen this video and write the question and answers. Plus you should read the textbook and make it clear. Okay? And I hope you have understood all these very small topic. But at the same time, reading textbook is must. Map is there in the textbook, that also you read and prepare for the test. Okay?